supposed to, please do that now, because we do not want your Young Jeezy ringtone ruined in the next 20-something odd minutes. Please. 2, this is the feature, and at the Ness, we believe in the SOAP method. Support our artists, please. If not, you are dirty motherfuckers. SOAP is an acronym. Support our artists, please. He has books and CDs for sale. Gas is way cheaper in Ohio than it is in North Carolina. So let's make sure this brother can supersize his combo on the way back home tomorrow morning. Because there ain't shit in West Virginia but Hardee's. And so, if you want to have a heart attack next week. Also, we have this bucket here. We call these silver bucket features at the Ness. This silver bucket is like church. It's a collection bucket. I can't pay this man what he's worth, and you will understand why I'm saying that when I read his resume to you. I can't pay this man what he's worth. So what we like to do is just pass the bucket around. We believe at the Ness, $5 is an excellent tip when someone's giving you high quality food for thought. If you could drop anything in this bucket, that'd be great. And everything that goes in this bucket goes directly to him. If that's cool, somebody say cool. Cool. All right, so here's the deal. Dasan is the founder of Bull City Poetry Slam, I believe. And you guys have made a couple of final stages, if I'm not mistaken. That's a really big deal. If you know anything about the National Poetry Slam scene, to say you are a poet from North Carolina means that you have been through some very vicious training to become a very on-point wordsmith. And normally he's the one that's doing the training. And people will say, well, why is he qualified to do the training? Well, this guy received the Nasir Jones, yes, Nas, Illmatic, It Was Written, Stillmatic, all of those tracks, you know, even though he lost with Ether, it's okay. He won the Nasir Jones Fellowship to attend Harvard University. This man is a Harvard Fellow, and y'all can clap it up for black men getting education at Harvard. Just saying, because you know, I went to Harvard once for a poetry slam. You know, I was the only black dude on campus at the time. No, I didn't win. I didn't at all. But this brother, I mean, forget all of the accolades. He's a dope person. And he's a super dope poet. His feature last night was off the rails. I can't imagine what he's gonna do tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to clap like Prince just came back. Give it up for Mr. Dasan Ahanu.
Sometimes things are bigger down south. Let's see what he did there. I've never seen anything so beautiful. I've never seen anything so beautiful. I'm repeating this statement like Negro spirituals in fields because hope lies in the harmony. Trying to restore the harmony she once knew when she sang strong songs that now seem off key, maybe off balance by the extra weight. She feels an extra weight in her chest. She's off balance. She almost fainted when she found the lump. The doctor is conducting this examination. This breast cancer orchestra was a tragedy, like Braun wrote that CT scan, like Schubert wrote the biopsy results. Doctors offering encouraging words, half empty and half full, like whole notes and half notes, but tell me, how will she feel whole with her chest half empty, self-worth half full? She drinks sunshine to replenish her spirit, feeds herself scripture, prays and stays faithful. She's a fighter, determined to win and not let this claim her. She is modeling strength, will, and determination, and I have never seen anything so beautiful. I have never seen anything so beautiful. I'm repeating this statement like fight songs. And she marches with concern in my arms like Selma and Montgomery knows that they were beaten. Hoes, tear gas, had hounds selling them. She feels beat, out of gas, tears falling, fear hounding her. But like them, she will not be turned back from believing she will overcome this. And I have never seen anything so beautiful. She takes my breath away, rubs her fingers down my cheek to my throat. She finds a lump. Her fingers dance along my throat like a surgeon's scalpel. She removes my confusion, so I speak how she lives past the pain. So that when I'm on stage, she's fighting her stage. I'm radiating eloquence, she's going through radiation. The stage of my therapy, she's going through chemotherapy. I've lost my patience with people rooted in ignorance, and she's lost her hair, but I've never seen anything so beautiful.
Come on.
Some consider it a shame. I consider it a symbol. I know that the first Amazons are from Libya, and I am looking at one of their descendants. I am in awe of her stature. She wears resilience on her face like war paint. Her smile is a battle cry. I'm inspired by the will to survive in her eyes. I pull her close. It's like holding the sun. Her bald head sets against my chest like an evening horizon, and I have never seen anything so beautiful. If Jesus returned with holes in his hands and feet to remind us of the resurrection, did she return from that hospital bed with a scar across her chest after reconstructive surgery to let us know that there is beauty in every imperfection?
Yes.
They can take your breast as long as they don't take your breath, because an angel with one wing flies in a circle, so when you leave my embrace, you just return to where you left. They can take your breast as long as they don't take your breath, because an angel with one wing just flies in a circle, so when you leave my embrace, you just return to where you left. You're ruling style and fashion like Caesar, rocking Dolce & Gabbana glasses, earrings, and a Caesar. My kisses are my penance, your laughter is my redeemer. I hang close so I can catch you if you falter, baby girl is just a dreamer. I'm in awe of your makeup, because you rocking the tip fade and matte makeup and Augusta Savage sculpture, a beautiful work of art. You have commanded my attention, so I salute you and offer you my heart, because baby girl, I have never seen anything so beautiful. Thank you. Ness, what's good? From where I come from, you gotta, you don't do a whole lot of talking at first. You gotta kind of earn your way. So I want to make sure I earn the conversation first. So, y'all, can I continue? Y'all feel that? So, one of the things, man, I am a Southern boy, but I just say that to say that I'm a storyteller. And hopefully, we're gonna go through some things in my short period of time up in front of you, and hopefully you'll see either yourself or someone you know or someone you love in the midst of these stories, man, and just know we out here telling them for them, because they can't always tell them for themselves. Hebrews 12:1. That was his response. Eyes captured in the corner like a Gordon Parks photograph, and posed in the midst of his disdain was Carmen Jones, not a tragic mulatto, but an example in his eyes of innocence lost. Hebrews 12:1. I listened to his scripted commentary watching Carmen. No Dorothy Dandridge, but still an actress, waiting to be plucked from that corner like a card from the deck. But life got good at playing hearts, quick to cast his queen of spades out of his grasp and put responsibility on someone else. She knew her role. Wait for action. Look in the car windows for a Belafonte or a Pfeiffer, because they were trying to put steel braces on her wrists and take her away from the only way she knew how to make a living. The only steady relationship she had was with the police. Her arrest record was a double album. Her arm was like a producer's hard drive. It was full of tracks. What was the reason? The logic. She's sampling bedrooms and looping empty orgasms, filling back seats like Pro Tools. Cats just wanted to beat with no substance. No wonder they were one-hit wonders, and her pimp was like Jimmy Iovine. She fell under his spell the minute she entered his scope, making money off over-accented masculinity, shady dealings, where the aftermath of her work was only 50 cents. I wondered why she lived this way. Dressed in a gray dress and charcoal boots like she was wrapped in a storm cloud, lost her sunshine years ago when daddy's little girl became the object of his devilish desires, and since she ran away, she's only known blue uniforms and no blue skies. Carmen made that pilgrimage to that corner every day like Mount Sinai, headed to the heavens asking for redemption and returning with 10 $100 bills like commandments, and the neighborhood just watched it happen. No faith in her salvation, no wish for something more. I wish for a trumpet sound, a voice loud as thunder to instruct her escape. I wish that the next car she got into was driven by Donnie McClurkin, so this saint who fell down could get updated on the possibilities for her tomorrows.
Right.
This old man sees a fallen angel. I see a miracle waiting to be happening, a miracle waiting to be talked about, a testimony waiting to be told. I know her breakthrough will be biblical, so I watch her like revival, and I know how she survives. A back that familiar with bed springs knows how to bounce back strong and stiff. She stands tall and regal. Carmen. These idol watchers could save you, but they would rather assault your character. They are afraid of your burning bush because that is where men climb to cry to God for release. Each Moses and his staff trying to lead his seed into the promised land. See, they need to consult that good book again. They've just forgotten their own sins. Because upon this mountain, God gave this world through Carmen a reminder of its own fallacy, baby girl. You are worth more than the price of admission. A blockbuster is not your claim to fame. An Oscar is not your knight in shining armor. You should be awarded an academy instead of a jail cell or a halfway house. I wish MGM stood for May God Move. I want to animate your prayers and show you how that dream works. They see snapshots of your life, but those pics are not the whole of you. And no matter how many cars you've gotten into, they've never taken the soul of you, Carmen. These trials and tribulations won't last. And no matter what these critics think of you, you should never be typecast, Carmen. Thank you. All right. Y'all still doing all right out there? Yeah. And I appreciate y'all, man. It's been a wonderful blessing to be out here. It's my first time in Columbus, man, but it's been nothing but love since I've been here. And I tell you, y'all are wonderful, man. Y'all make it easy. I know it's hard sometimes, especially when you get up here. You get nervous sometimes, and then you get the, you know, what they say, the butterflies in your stomach. One of the things I was taught by some elders is that if that ever goes away, then you need to find something else to do, because you should always be excited to be able to get up in front of people and share. If you ever lose, that's your gauge. But one of the things that always struck me about that was why I gotta be butterflies. Like, why when I'm nervous, I gotta have bugs in my stomach? That's always a little weird. But it's crazy because B. Arlene had the poem about spiders, and sometimes he was talking about Googling. I ended up spending 4 hours learning about butterflies one night because Google just overwhelmed me. And it led to this poem, but the first part of the poem was the most interesting part of it all. I really want to go out with a hairdresser and just aim at the butterflies and see what happens. But here's the fact, this is the first fact I found out when I was Googling. For an adult butterfly to fly, it has to have a body temperature of no less than 86 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius. That was kind of crazy. To the optimism cocooned in my spirit, I apologize for the Arctic you found yourself in, the aftermath of bad decisions and misguided hope. I'm now sorry that I mistook you for anticipation, anxiety, or nervousness. I now know that you were a hyperbole screaming to be free, a Watts riot trying to burn your way flying, Aztecs praying to the sun gods in my solar plexus until you were murdered by a corrupt Cortez and his army of insecurities. See, they tell us exercise our demons but keep our dreams buried deep inside like dead things. Listen to us speak procrastinated promises of coming back to them one day. It sounds like zombie tales or ghost stories. They say content people get fat. I just say they're full of butterflies grounded by a bitter blizzard that never got control tower clearance for takeoff. It's no wonder we're so motivated by our passions, enticed by a warm body next to us, pushed by competitive fire to succeed. We want to see our butterflies fly, and I know why. They say if you love something, let it go. If it comes back to you, then it's yours. Adult butterflies often come back to where they were born, lay eggs, and begin the process anew. So it's the law of nature that every dream I speak free will return back to me and birth new possibilities. It's no wonder successful people walk with their chest poked out. It's swelling with butterflies. And I want that feeling, y'all. I'm a hot second away from eating spicy food, dancing to a merengue number, and kissing the first woman I find in fire red lipstick. I'm tired of ice fishing in a sea of regret. I want my lungs to be like Costa Rica. There are 1,300 species of butterflies there. Imagine a warm heart, dawn sun in my smile, a bonfire in my spirit. I do not want butterflies in my stomach. Those are dead things with low goals and high hopes. I want a cacophony with kerosene matches and reckless abandonment. I want my head filled with the ones with a bad sense of direction until you can see promise in my eyes. I want my mouth filled with the ones with gas masks and GPS until you can hear a utopian reverie. Butterfly wings fly in a figure eight pattern. If you listen to me long enough, I'll make you believe in infinite possibilities. There's an inconvenient truth in my lungs, a documentary film of a feeling that climate change is coming, a picture-perfect menagerie of meaning. A conversation with me is like a conservatory, can't you see it? All of the pretty colors. They're butterflies. Thank you.
All right.
I did. I spent 10 months last year at Harvard at the Hip Hop Archive at the Hudson Center for African and African American Research. There's a whole lot of shit to say, but you get used to it after a while. I'm a diehard hip hop fan, man. Not only a poet, songwriter, MC, lyricist, and I'm big. That was my whole purpose for being there. Was my research is around lyricism in hip hop and what that means. And so one of the things I find interesting is the way that we, especially as black artists, how we flip everything. We signify everything. We put a little extra flavor on everything. To the extent that I find it amazing that if anybody plays the instrument, you understand that a bar is just lines written to a measure of music. So it's so dope to me that you can have bars and then you can have bars. Like, because to have bars means that what you wrote is really dope. But to just write it is to also write bars. So you can write bars and write bars. Like that's like the illest shit to me. Like, so in thinking about it, though, I also understand that when you carry the culture with you, you gotta have a responsibility for it. That's one of the biggest things I try to pass on to any artist that I get a chance to work with back home, any artist that I get to support and show love to, is that I always walk with the responsibility of it. And that led me to write this piece, which is entitled Bars. 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 That's the most fun thing to say too, like bars. Bars. All right. Alright. I drifted off to sleep with the sound of Nas's Illmatic. So I did get a Nasir Jones fellowship. There's got to be Nas in a poem somewhere. It just feels like that just happened. I'll get to JG trying to act like he actually lost that battle in a moment, because he did. All right. Yeah. No. When you make super ugly, you lost.
Oh, come on, son.
Thank you. Anyway. I drifted off to sleep with the sound of Nas's Illmatic playing in the background. And before too long, the song started to overcome my dreams. Next thing you know, I'm walking down the block. I see a kid at the bus stop. We stop and talk hip hop, and next thing you know, I feel like I'm Nas in the park with Shorty Doo-Wop. He's telling me he rhymes, so I asked him what he rhymed about, and listen to the words that he gave me up out his mouth. He started talking about the rims he want to have, the cars he want to push, the girls he want to date, how he smoke a rubber kush, the money he gonna make and his fame up in the industry. I asked him if he made it, was he still gonna remember me? He said maybe, so I laughed a little dude. He's like, I'll let you rock some ad-libs, maybe an interlude. He said that black car, yeah, he had to have it. I said you can't define a man by a piece of plastic. Cat Stacey Augman thinking they're running rebels, being played by a shark, happy to ice their bezels. If they never realize they're playing for a devil, you set your sights higher, you never ever settle. I said, okay, old man, I see you got a little something with you. He said, but where your bars at? I said, where my bars at? I said, I don't do illusions, I don't do the parlor tricks. You vote these bastards relevant. I said, forget the politics. Rebellion on my vocal cords and fire on my tongue. Around these pages till they all come undone. I write like young Stokely, so when I hit the stage, the change is on the way. Lyrics Kwame Ture. Power in the shadows in the absence of light. I know black power only right at midnight. Look into my eyes, my frowns are just tension. I put text on the track for your reading comprehension. I deliver rainbows for souls that are hurting. The swagger Jesse Jackson, purpose LeVar Burton. Ask me if I'm ready, I'll tell you for certain. Especially when I know I really put the work in. Every day is preparation, dreaming is rehearsing, and when I sleep it means me and God is conversing. I said, are you afraid to win or are you afraid to lose? Are you afraid to accept responsibility or are you afraid to choose? I've seen people tie the noose and climb up the tree rather than be the person they're supposed to be, then that's strange fruit. Where you'd rather live a lie than learn the truth. I can look in your eyes and see you don't want it. I'm listening to you speak and I can see you ain't ready and I'm watching you write. You can't even hold your pen steady. What, you nervous?
I see what you did there.
Come on.
That you might win and have to actually walk in your purpose. You see a mountain, I see a molehill, you acting like it's insurmountable. But you don't want to be held accountable. But didn't Moses find God at the top of a peak? He got a deal. God produced 10 tracks. He returned to the people with a classic, rocked them jams, got distribution. That means your grind is your climb, so tell me what the hell you been doing.
Yeah, run that back. 10 tracks.
Didn't Moses find God at the top of a peak? He got a deal. God produced 10 tracks. He returned to the people with a classic, rocked them jams, got distribution. That means your grind is your climb, so tell me what the hell you been doing. Your dreams are over there and you standing right here. The only barrier to your progress is fear. Oh, I get it. You in the studio pounding out tracks, but it ain't the way to beat the machine. John Henry died like that, so what your stage show like? What your concepts work? What your penmanship like? Where the variety in your verse? Otherwise, stand on the sideline and watch us work. Stand on the sideline and watch us work. Stand on the sideline and silently hate. Watch us go after the silently wait. You playing. I'm trying to feel what you're talking about, but I can't grasp what you're saying, so you don't understand. We can't waste any time. There's promise waiting for us at the finish line. Because I was a hero whenever I touched the mic. Now they call me a menace like I'm the Dark Knight for calling the frustration that all of us got pent. The game's got two faces. The industry's Harvey Dent. These cats are hung over and their videos are proof. They drunk off the hype. They left their soul on the roof. The game's under attack. Nobody bothered to warn us. So when they talk about black lives, all they want to argue is some twins from Transformers. But I'm talking about our lives and how we can transform them. Sharpening up my pen. Tightening my delivery, giving you these sun rays and metaphors and similes, so marvel at the sight and how it shines so vividly. So when they got you in the club popping bottles with people you don't know because the label told you to put on a show, you tell me what them bars like. When they got you stuck behind concrete, looking in your mother's eyes with a tear down the cheek because they made you act like you was really from the street, you tell me what them bars like. If you realize the standard has been set so high and you can't reach because you never bothered to learn the lessons we've been trying to teach you, tell me what that bar like. You tell me what your bars like. Tell me what your bars like. Bars. Alright, so I have two things left because JG made a request. So I'm going to do this piece that he asked for.
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm going to end, because I mean, the poet, I feel like it is requisite that, we got to do a love poem. So I'm going to end on a love poem. It's the most ridiculous love poem I've ever written in my life. And that's for, anybody in here, who might need an opportunity to let somebody know how they feel. I'm gonna give you that opportunity. It's like at the end of church where they offer you to give yourself over and walk off. You're gonna have altar call at the end. It's gonna be a love call though. So if you've been coming here to the Ness every week, looking across the room at somebody I'm gonna open the door. All right? The last poem is dedicated to them. All right? And it's your opportunity to let them know, he did that for us. Right? I talked to him outside, and he was like, yeah. And if you are here with your significant other, then we already worked that out too. A couple of them, they saw me on the Facebook, hit me up, was like, yo, can you do something for us? We gonna come through. I said, I got you. That's the last poem. So wherever you fit, that last one's for you. This one right here is for JG, man. Police brutality is real, man. We're losing people out here in these streets, and it's crazy. The same time that I walked to an open mic was the same time that I got pulled out into the community to do social justice work, and that has been my life ever since. Because if I'm not on a microphone, I'm out in these streets, and if I'm not teaching, then I'm organizing, and if I'm not, if I'm on the microphone, my job is to tell these stories. And if I'm not telling these stories, then I'm talking about the things that we go through. So I wrote this piece called Body Language, man. It really actually came out of a writing workshop. Poets, go to workshops, I don't care. I've been at this a long time. Still go to workshops, learn some shit. All right.
Yes.
I was in a writing workshop in Boston at a community center. I had to go find the black people, man. I got tired of being around. I didn't know where no black people were, so I went and found them. So if you know anything about that area, I went across the water to Rochester and Dorchester, and I found my people. As soon as I saw chicken, liquor store, church, I was like, oh yeah, I'm in the right place. Thank you. Then I found the Marshalls. I was like, hell yeah, all right, be good. My people. All right. But I went to this workshop, and it was the workshop's facilitator said to write and as if a body part was talking. And this is what came out. There was a trial last night. Black inks took the stage and pledged an oath on a Bible, a symbol that truth become more pertinent and read. Sort of like blood in this chalk outlines our only forgotten sons. See, Inks was there to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help a bullet-riddled midnight on his way to God. This court is oh so Machiavellian. It's all pretty play pretend, privilege dressed in black robe pretense, jury boxes filled with cognitive dissonance, common bigotry, and a misguided belief in blue-walled ignorance. Uniform paradoxes with surgeon-like God complex that see black bodies as cancer to be aggressively treated and eradicated. Black bodies swinging in southern trees, gas last rites before heading home. Black bodies walking inner city blocks, speak in a resilient vernacular. Prosecution say it sounds so criminal, sort of like probable cause. Defense say ain't nobody ever bothered to pay attention to the body language. Prosecution say the stance was aggressive. Hands say I raised my palms. Thought the flush pink there might mirror the panic hatred facing them. Can't turn, might seem like welcoming, like ground control for flying rounds looking to land on dark tarmacs. Can't close, might seem like fight back, like resistance, like justified kill. Prosecution say the movement seems shady. Feet was just trying to be more careful with each step. They've been blamed for toppling oak trees. Feet say 10 toes down better than 10 toes up. Feet say they felt the earth giggle with glee at the promise of dinner. Newspapers say there was a prior record. Mouths use words like good, promise, determined, tell tales of youthfulness, and sing sad songs. Teeth wave goodbye before crumbling from baton against jaw. Mouths cry red tears for teeth lost. Cities cry tears for youth lost. Guns say on your knees. Knees kiss the earth in prayer. Then scream from ripped from an asphalt embrace. Night overcomes. So eyes walk a night cloak death. Strike again and again and again. Then close in self-preservation. Skin cracks. Head caters. Levees break. Red flood cities of hope and humanity. Conflicting reports become displaced to sealed records and destroyed evidence. Prosecution say ain't nobody done nothing wrong. Job means work to do. Compassion too precious for clock ticks. Questions are for courtrooms, not life or death situations. Judge gets to take the black off when it no longer suits them.
Yes.
Jury still arguing. People still arguing too. Representation and respectability. Duty and service. Training and in the blink of an eye. Post-racial and 400-year burden. Demons and glory. Martyrdom and marginalization. But the defense can never rest. The defense can never rest. The defense can never rest. Woo. So that piece is at the heart of my third book of poetry, which I have here tonight. It's called Everything We're Fighting For, an exploration of being black in America. Just celebrating, man. Celebrating life, man. One of the things, I just got to say this, one of the things that happens so often is why it's so powerful for y'all to be here, where artists can pick this back apart, is that everything around us, man, I'm a pop culture scholar as well, everything around us seeks to narrow our existence. The narrower that you can make us, the more you can manipulate us. Yep. What we've got to remember is that we are dynamic, diverse people of all backgrounds and understandings. And when we can respect that in someone else, they can respect that in us, and we come to understand the ways that we're pitted against each other. Because we are not what they paint us as. So with that, it is us as artists who tell the stories that remind everyone about how much we go through, all the things we overcome, we believe in, we hope, we love. We do all these things so that we can remember that our lived realities are so much more than how they try to present us. Right? But you got to support us because it's us independent artists. Because if we don't get the support, then what you have is you have an industry dictated by people who prefer you narrow. Because it makes them more money. So support us now. Support the folks here in your town now so they won't be put in the awkward position when they blow up. And it's like, do I support my people or do I get this dollar? And we look at them and go, if you choose the dollar, you sold out. But if the option is get this dollar and hope I can do better later, or I can do more when I get this dollar, or look back at a group of people who didn't want to buy a CD, who didn't want to come to the show, who looked at me strange, who talked shit about me when I got a little poppin', who walked past me, or tried to put me down, or didn't like what I was doing, so you start some shit on the same night across town, or any of that other bullshit that happens. Then what are we supposed to do? Right? What are we supposed to do? How do we hold artists accountable? We gotta love. So on that note, what I'm gonna end with is this ridiculous ass, and I wrote it to be a ridiculous ass. This is the most extreme love piece I could ever think of. Now, as an artist, I just want to challenge myself. As a man, I said that, if I ever, when that moment happens, when I find the right person and all that good shit, walk down the aisle and all that good stuff, I just want to be stupid. I don't want to think about it along the way. I don't want to realize what the hell happened until I say I do and be like, oh shit. Like, I want to be ignorant about the whole thing. Because if you ain't ignorant, then you got all the voices like, are you sure? Is that right? Are you happy? And then you got to negotiate. I don't want to negotiate. I want to be dumb. I want to have dumb-ass answers the whole time. Like, yeah, I'm happy. I'm good. I'm good to me. I want to be dumb until, like completely stupid. So, if I was that stupid, what would the love poem be like? So, for anybody, you got your eye on somebody? This is from you to them. And if you're a couple, lean over to your boo and be like, it's that shit I told him to do. Alright. And if you're about to get married, holler at me. I'm going to come do this shit your way. It's nuts. I love you. I love you like dust loves sunsets, but anticipation sets over your shoulder. When anticipation sets over my, let's do that right, man. Let's do that right. Can I start over?
Yes.
Okay. I want to make sure this is right for y'all. This is Ness. All right. I love you. I love you like best. I love you. I love you like dust. When your love sets over my shoulder and I anticipate when you arrive, I love you like midnight loves moonlight, because in the darkness of your eyes I plot the stars that make my happiness. I love you like gardeners love manure, because you're the only one that can put up with my shit and still make this relationship grow. I love you like February loves the 14th, like forgotten slaves love Juneteenth, like I love everything about you, and I consider you to be my best friend. I love you to completion, like the beginning loves the end, like dry hair loves split ends, because when our love runs dry, then splitting up is the only way to begin again. I love you like bedtime loves prayer, because on my knees is the only way to give God thanks for lying next to you. I love you the way fingers love sending text messages, because the instantaneous response of your skin to my touch is why I can't help but have sex with you. I love you like magnets of refrigerators, because the attraction of your will and determination is why I can't help but connect with you. I love you. I love you like my heart loves its beat, like summer days of 100-degree heat, like arrested development loves speech. Hope when you can Deion Ferris my insecurities away and your melody of wisdom can fill in where I have nothing left to say. I love you like Kool-Aid loves sugar. Sweet like the kisses you give to me. And I love you like my grandfather loves his grill. So I flip these words across the lines on these pages like some ribs, hoping you can savor every love poem that I have to give. I love you like white sands on blue beaches. I bite into the fruit of your labor to find what commitment tastes like. So I love you like the juice down your lips for some country-grown peaches. Like nature loves the four seasons. Like revolutionaries love freedom. I don't know why I love you, but it's a damn good reason. I just love you. I love you like hippies love Whole Foods. Our love growing organically, and I know it costs more, but I've had that fast food and lust is unhealthy. I love you like drunks love cheap liquor. At the bar taking shots of naughty head, I rub my fingers into your scalp to find the root of why you're so special. Place kisses on your cheek, taking shots of your naughty head. I love you like peanut butter loves jelly, because I have preserved the hope that I would find someone like you, and now I have you, your buttery brown skin between these white sheets like two pieces of white bread. Let me spread myself across you and bite into insatiation. I love you like poor folks love tax returners. It's that time, y'all. I only got another week. I love you like poor folks love tax returners. Because I have been taxed in every relationship that is not you, so I file a 1040 hoping that it's easy for you to refund me the way I've been. I said, I love you like poor folks love tax returns. Because I have been taxed in every relationship that is not you, so I filed this 1040 hoping that it's easy for you to refund to me the prayers I've been giving to God that I found you. I love you like heathens love Saturday night at the liquor house but still make it to Sunday morning church service. Because when I look into your eyes, tear-stained and glassed over any potential indiscretion to me feeling guilty and nervous. I love you like babies love mommy's breasts because you fill me with emotions that sustain my being. Like we take for granted the ability of seeing and blind people love daydreams, and I never fully appreciate that you're no longer in my sight. I love you like wind loves a kite because your words have my spirit flying high, so a conversation with you is how I want to begin every morning and end every night. I love you like I love myself. I love you like I love no one else. I love you like a baby loves his first breath. Like a body loves death when there's no breath left, and it feels like death and there's no you left. And since this is my last breath, then all I have left is to say, I love you. Thank y'all so much. You can find me, take these posts, you can find me on Instagram. I'm the only person with that name, DASANHANU, and I appreciate you. Come over, holler at me, get some product, man. And I'm going to be here for the rest of the night, enjoying everybody else to get up on the mic. And shouts out to everybody who's already spit, man. Y'all are wonderful. Dude.